Dungeons and Dragons and Dramas, a rambunctious, ferocious, naughty, sweary amdram for grown-ups. See episode show notes for content warnings. Hail and salutations, good listener. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dramas, or as we know it, we being like literally 5 or 6 of us, it's not like a thing in a moment, D3. Let me pull back the curtain, so to speak, on the dramatic dramatization that is about to unfold in front of your very ears. Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, is the world's most famous tabletop high fantasy roleplay game owned by Wizards of the Coast, where players create characters, go on crazy adventures using dice rolls, especially the 20-sided die, or D20. I sound like what I'm doing is infomercial, like D20. And there we can find, you know what? Okay, I'll just keep going. It's fine. Which determines if their actions succeed or if basically I try and kill them. I'm an unforgiving god, as they will find out. Combat is turn-based and players roll to attack, deal damage, roll skills. And I will play the NPCs or non-player characters that will fight and interact with them. It's an interactive game with no real winner, but hey, my house, my rules. My name is Neil Newbon, and I'm an actor, director, working in video games, film and TV, and I am their DM, or as befits my training, I am their drama master. That's right. Thank you for the delayed response on the woo there, showing a lot of enthusiasm for episode 1.
That was the title.
That was great. There, I know. Welcome.
What a
Thank you very
wild
much.
ride we're in for.
Instantly regrets asking any of my friends to do this. Good. The adventure begins in the present day at the Understudy Theatre, a rundown second chance community playhouse for the damned and the lost. Nestled in the bosom of this historic village town of Shitlington, West Riding of Yorkshire. It's a real place. Seriously.
Little Shitlington.
Little Shitlington, West Riding of Yorkshire, as the opening night of a new show on the start of their northern tour is about to begin. And these are our dramatis personae. Personae?
Correct.
Great. Personae. Personae, whatever the thing is. Okay, let's introduce our players. So on my left, we have the very slick and very sharp-looking Tom DeVille. Hey, Tom, who are you playing?
Hello. Hi there. I am playing... Do you want my character's name?
Name, man, yeah.
I'm playing Thomas T. Tompton. Thomas T. Tompton. Unfortunately, given that by my parents, I added the T.
Say that name again?
Thomas T. Tompton.
Fantastic.
My parents named me that, so please don't laugh. That's, it's very... I'm trying. I added the T, though, to make it sound a bit more Hollywood, right?
It does sound way more Hollywood.
I am a aspiring writer, director of Hollywood movies, and I have written a masterpiece.
Okay.
Called Champions of the Ring of Peace.
Champions of the Ring Peace.
Champions of the Ring of
Peace. Oh, sorry,
Peace.
I didn't hear that. Okay, great. Okay.
Important to get the of in there.
Yeah.
First one and the second one. 2 obs.
2 obs. That's what makes it a Hollywood film.
Very Hollywood.
All right.
So far, I've suffered to get it off the ground. I did write. I have had some successes, but don't look me up on IMDb yet.
Okay. Have you had anything like made, like a film or something?
There was something which was like what I would like to call a prequel to
A prequel.
Champions of the Ring of Peace.
That's an industry term, isn't
which
it?
was called Heroes of the Ring of Peace.
Heroes of the
We've
Ring of
gone up
Peace.
a level to Champions.
Okay.
All right. It did get made. That's all you need to know, I feel.
Okay.
Anyway, didn't go well. And so now I'm trying to get my champions off the ground,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
A few weeks ago, I seem to have been contacted by a mysterious producer who offered me some money.
Oh.
Is that right?
Yeah, did you have to... You know what, I'm not going to ask that question. I'm going to find that out in
Were
the
you
game.
about to ask, did I have to do anything for the
Yes,
money?
I was literally about to ask that with your character.
And then I agreed, and he said, "Look, listen, kid, we're gonna get this off the ground. We're gonna make it a name. We're gonna make a name for Champions of the Ring of Peace.
Okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tour it in theaters first.
Amazing.
Get it out to London. Then by that point,
be
Hollywood will be
polished.
knocking. Hollywood
Great.
will be knocking.
Amazing.
So I was like, yeah, brilliant. Of course I want to write and direct it, and I've written and directed it, and we're starting out in this wonderful theatre.
Amazing. Of Little Shitlington.
Little Shitlington.
Great place to start.
I'm feeling as good as I can about it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Let's see the other people that are here to try and help you make it.
Yeah,
Why
let's
not?
do that.
So moving around from Tom, we have our next player, which is Clem Dodds. Hello, Clem.
Hello, yes. I am playing a character called Henry Etch, who is it's kind of a stagehand, really. Well, stagehand and everything else.
Okay.
So he does all the behind-the-scenes stuff, all the sort of the setup, the sets, all of it, because he's the only real person actually doing any sort of backstage stuff.
He does like tech, lighting, music. Right, he does everything. He basically does everything.
And so that's the thing, is he's trying to do everything, but he's got a lot to hold up in this scene. In this thing, he can't. He's from London. He's come to Little Shitlington to try and further his career.
I think he's basically made a wrong turn somewhere along the lines.
Well, it's possible.
Okay.
We shall find that out. But he's
I love
he's
the way
trying.
he calls it Little Shitlington as well.
Well, there is Greater Shitlington. There's little shit, as they know it locally. Little shit and big shit.
We're aiming for big shit.
You got on to big shit, are you? I'll come with you, lad. I'll go to big shit.
Big shit.
Let's do big shit, shall we? It's
People
like
of
that.
Shitlington are going to hate us.
We also should stress at this point that it's a real place.
It's a real place, and we've said
You
this
found
many
this
times.
place.
This is a real place. It's a real place. Although I believe they've changed the name. Next to your going around the table, Feather, we have, of course, one of our esteemed actors, played by Einel Tomlinson. Einel.
Yes, I am playing the actor extraordinaire Nathan Kaiba. Yes. Nathan Kaiba, who's also actually wrote a book about acting called Up the Kaiba. It's, autobiography.
Up the Kaiba, it's a thrilling, bare-knuckle ride through the acting industry. I see my veteran of that. Okay, amazing.
What's available in all good books?
What are some of the highlights of his career? Or should we talk about that later?
I can mention one.
Okay, mention
I'll tell you what. His last role. Well, no, actually, I'll start with his first and his last.
Yeah.
His first role was Baby Jesus in the School Nativity.
Amazing, very amazing.
Controversial back in the 80s, so he was Black Jesus.
Very controversial. Very controversial.
And his most recent role was alongside Anthony Hopkins.
Really?
In Those About to Die, the series. Yeah.
Wow.
He died.
Very good. Well, we shall look forward to finding out more about your illustrious career as the game progresses. Next to you, we have the youngest of the group in the theatre, played by Deborah Wilde. Dev, do you want to talk about your character?
Oh, listen, it's a great one. It's a great one. She's called, and this is a stage name, but she thinks it's actually really got a nice ring to it. Mags Thatcher.
Mags Thatcher is the
Mags Thatcher.
Is she aware of the
She's not
British
aware
political figure
of
of the
any
80s, 90s?
connections to.
So she doesn't know about Maggie.
No, I did.
Okay.
She thought it had a lovely ring to it. Really strong.
Really British.
Name. Very British.
Slightly right.
She's got no idea. As far as she's concerned, very strong name.
Strong
I believe
name.
Probably she's going to have a revelation a little bit later on about
Mags Thatcher.
About the actual Mags Thatcher. A huge fan of Thomas T. Thompson or whatever his name is. Never heard of him, but obviously
a huge fan.
Obviously a huge fan.
and especially of Mr. Kaiba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Kaiba. Has actually stumbled upon his book in some weird secondhand bookshop,
One of those
and
really
and to be in a play with Anthony Hopkins. Wow.
So
I'm bowled over.
you're like 2 degrees away, like 6 degrees
my
Kevin
God.
Bacon, right? You're 2 degrees away from Anthony Hopkins.
And
how does that feel for your character? How
Oh,
does she feel
so
about it?
exciting.
Amazing.
And I've never been to London.
No.
And I hear that that's where we're going.
Yeah.
So I'm overwhelmed. It's my first acting gig. I'm straight out of drama school. And
Amazing.
I just feel like this is it. This is the breakthrough that everyone's been talking about.
And you got it within like a week of leaving drama school.
Oh my,
Amazing.
so just lucky.
Did you go to drama school? Where did you train?
I did go to drama school, yeah.
You seem to hesitate when I asked you about the did.
I did. I went to, yes, it's more like an online thing. It happened over the... Listen, it was the pandemic.
Right. Okay.
So,
All right.
let's
Let's keep it at
don't
that.
judge me. I'm
No judgments.
no judgments.
Okay.
So we will discover more later.
Okay, great. As we go along. Excellent. All right,
But
folks.
huge fans, goes without saying. Huge fans, also of you.
So we're starting with chapter 1, which is titled, working title, probably going to be the same one because I couldn't think of anything better. Once Upon a Time. or possibly dramatis. But I don't know. I need some help on this one. I'm going to ask you guys. What the fuck are we going to call chapter 1? Fuck it, Once Upon a Time.
Break a leg. How about break a leg?
There you go. Break a leg. All right, we're going to go. Okay, I'm actually going to keep this in, so fuck it. Break a leg. You've just discovered it alongside with us, which is great. This is definitely a live recording. All right, the introduction. The sage is set. The rain clouds part. We see England, verdant and green. The rolling, lolling hilltops and forest-covered downs reveal the small town of Little Shiplington, nestled in the bosom of Britain's green pastures. It's 2025. The far right rise up globally. The earth burns in pollution and environment damage, all of which is a world away from 4 theatre dramatists about to put on the first night of their play. The theatre doors open. A small crowd gathering outside in the autumn wind, huddling with their cigarettes and cheap beers, flood in, knocking the doormen back into the musky, damp box office cum bar area. Love the fact that nobody picked up the word cum. Very good, very good. All adults here, very good. The bartenders snap to it as pints are poured and pork scratchings are handed out. After initial commotion, a head pokes between double curtains situated in the middle of the wall opposite the exit. Your character, whose name I've completely forgotten. Hench. That's right, Hench. Hench pops out, a gormless expression of acceptance on his face. Again, another tour is starting, another theatre group, and hopefully nothing will go on with the hitch. And definitely, like last time when the fire broke out, nobody will be blamed for that. Turning once again with a little cough in his throat, he hurries along the middle between the aisles of the 3 sections of the audience in this one-story theatre, adjusting chair positions as he goes, sometimes with no apparent change, just simply because it's old habits. Before clambering up on the blacked-out fence that surrounds the tech deck, stroke lighting rig, stroke musical cue station, stroke emergency dressing area. Tripping over wires and possibly creating more hazards, he rolls into the stage, heads stage left into the wings, which holds the show star's dressing room. Heated conversation and exchange is going on between the producer of the show, Harvey Mentarosso, and also the show's writer, director, and choreographer,
Thomas T. Thompson.
Thank you, Thomas T. Thompson.
Very important.
I should write this down, actually.
Yeah,
You should know it.
I'm
You
having
should know
trouble
it in your
remembering
heart.
everyone's name.
Thomas T. Thomas T.
Triple T.
Thomas T. Tomlinson.
Thompson.
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 I really
Yes.
didn't ask you guys. I mean, I do care about
Thomas
you
T.
guys. But I don't really
Thompson.
care. All right, Nathaniel. Okay, that's cool. Thomas T. Thompson and also Harvey Mentarosso. Listen, don't worry about it. The scene's great. Everybody likes it. It's going to be a new edition. I know it's last minute. I gave it out yesterday, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to sex up the script. Trust me on this one.
What are you talking about? The script was sexy. The script was sexy. What have you done exactly?
Don't
what
worry
have you
about
done
it.
to my script?
Don't worry about it. Listen, the actors know their lines.
Listen, I have poured my muse, my art, my everything into this script, and you're last minute telling me that you are changing things? Changing things, is that right?
It's not so much changing things, it's more of an addition to. Listen, I just felt that the script at that point lulled a little bit. This energizes it. It doesn't actually do anything to the overall plot, but it just moves things along. Don't worry about it.
Harvey, what qualifies you? What qualifies you?
At that point, what qualifies you, a head pokes out of the second dressing room door. The young actor of the company pokes out. She's still got a wig on her head, which hasn't been quite fixed, but she's more or less in costume.
Oh, Mr. Thompson, I just wanted to say I've learnt the new script. I am completely off book, and I just wanted to say it's really a great addition to the script. You are so talented, and break a leg for tonight. I think it's going to be amazing.
Max, thank you. But look, listen, can you just take it back to the old script? Forget old script, go to the old script, not whatever Harvey's given you. I'm sure it's great, but can we please go back to what I was doing before?
Harvey intercedes in between you and steps in front of the director, Thomas T. Thompson, and just pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Don't worry, darling, you look fantastic. Just get yourself ready and you'll be on, I think curtain calls in about 5 minutes, lovely." At that point...
Yes, sir, it is about 5 minutes. They're all taking their seats now.
Very good, Ench. All right, thanks very much. Make sure you get everything prepared, especially for that scene. He winks at you. But has anybody seen Nathan, Nathaniel? Mr. Kyber, has anybody seen him?
Mr. Kyber, yeah, he's made me call him Mr. Kyber at least twice today.
At that point, a little small young boy comes up, probably about 15, 16 years old, lots of spots and oil-slicked hair. His name's Jeremy, he's the stagehand. He goes, actually, Mr. Kyber hasn't turned up for his call. He's dress call, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
We haven't got a call from him because he doesn't have a phone number either. that he would be willing to give us for some reason?
He'll be in the hotel. He'll be back at that hotel.
Do you want me to go to...
The only hotel in the town, and he gets all of it.
Khyber has arrived.
The door slams open and in walks the enigmatic figure of Nathaniel Khyber.
Hello, welcome to me. I'm here, everyone. I think it's about time we get ready for this show.
He's standing completely in the wrong costume. He's dressed to the nines with the biggest hat you've ever seen with a feather sticking out of it, a cravat roped lazily around his neck, in a beautiful burgundy suit, which is absolutely not what he's supposed to be wearing in costume.
Nathan, Mr. Khyber, you are aware that you are supposed to be playing the champion of the Ring of Peace.
Oh, yes, of course. But I will have to let you know that Ian Holm gave me this hat, actually. You do know Ian Holm? Star of Alien back in the 1980s?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, well, he gave me this hat.
So you're going to wear the hat on stage, is that right?
Harvey looks around and says, I think it's a fantastic idea. Good luck. Listen, I'm going to get everything ready at the front and get the people in. Good luck, everybody. Break your leg.
Sure.
Have a fantastic show. Harvey moves off with Hench, grabbing Hench pretty much with a hand to the back of his neck and just starts walking him off towards the tech.
I'm sorry, Mr. Khyber, just one last thing before we go on stage since it's opening night.
Yeah, of course.
Please, any last minute tips, just any wisdom. I'm here to really learn and to soak it all up. So just any last minute notes you can tell me, I would be so grateful.
Of course. Well, you know what? A lot of actors really forget this tip. This is a huge thing that you need to do. Once you go out there, remember to breathe. Come on.
Wow.
Also, can I just add, Max, in, please do remember the lines. Try and remember the lines.
You don't have to worry, Mr. Thompson. I am so off book. I mean, I know, actually, I've learned everyone's lines, just to be sure. So don't worry.
They are good lines. I'm glad someone around here appreciates the lines.
But I have to say, just breathe. I will remember to breathe. That is so...
Oh, it's the most important thing.
I never thought of that. Thank you so much, Mr. Khyber.
That's what I keep telling me.
Thank you so much.
A lot of actors forget to breathe.
Guys, sorry to disturb you, but beginners to the stage?
Oh, that's us.
They're not beginners. They're really good actors.
Well, I think I just need 1 minute to get ready.
He walks in 1 minute and 2 seconds later he comes out in full makeup and full costume, still wearing the hat.
Right, I'm ready now. Let the show begin.
Both, which get your names? Yeah. Both Mags and also Nathaniel move off to the wings to set up for the cue for the beginning of the show, which leaves our auteur, writer-director alone. You hear the commotion from the side and the wings where you are. This actually, I'm going to give you a little map here. Here you go. So that is...
You've drawn a map of the theatre.
I've drawn a map of the theatre. I spared no expense for this podcast.
There's a lot of seats.
It's not a visual medium, but you guys get to enjoy it as well.
Have we filled all those seats?
I was going to ask, what kind of audience have we got in tonight?
Well, you invited as many friends and families as you all thought would possibly make the trip up north. Very few came. Very few came to Chillington. So you don't know. You're not expecting... Let's be optimistic. You expect some people to turn up.
Okay. More than 12?
So, Tom, you actually kind of say that to yourself, more than 12, as you step towards the curtain.
More than 12 is good,
More than 12
is what
is
I'm telling myself.
Just in case this thing catches fire.
So, on the left-hand side of the stage left is where, in the backstage, is where the dressing rooms all are. There's a little curtain just down there, which is towards where the start of the stage, which you can peek your eye through if you'd like to have a look at the audience, Tom.
Oh, I'm a bit nervous about it. Okay. Actually, can you do it for me? Is it Wretch? Rags? Wretch?
Call me Hench.
Yeah.
Call me Hench.
He's popped back to get a bucket, and for some inexplicable reason, he's popped back to get a mop and bucket. You don't know why, but you don't want to ask either.
How's the audience looking?
Well, 1 second, I'll take a look. Right, I pop out and just...
Okay.
Need you a little bit and take a look.
So you have a little peek through the curtain. Can you please make a perception test? This is the first test of all. So, folks, we're playing D&D! Play D&D! So here's the thing. This is how it works. Before you roll. So we're just going to talk you through. So anybody new to Dungeons & Dragons, as we described in the introduction, it is a dice rolling game to work out whether you can do things. You have lots of ability scores like strength or dexterity. These also have correlations to skills. And those things can sort of accumulate with bonuses and to give you a better chance of doing something or a worse chance, depending on how I feel. So this is going to be a perception roll, which is based on the wisdom characteristic. What is your wisdom and what is your perception of any bonuses if you have it?
My perception, Neil, is +4.
Jesus.
And no, I'm very wise.
What is your wisdom score then?
My wisdom score is +2, so that's +6 in total.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just...
You
that's fine.
okayed it.
It's fine.
You
It's fine.
okayed this.
It's fine. Okay. So I'm going to say this is a DC, because it's a lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of distractions. I'm going to say this is a DC 10, which means it's a very easy thing for you to... Actually, no, I'm going to make it a DC 15 for a very good reason that I've just thought of. So it's a DC 15 check, if you wouldn't mind giving me a roll.
I've got to roll a dice, and I've got to roll over 15 with my bonuses.
50 equal to or over 15. So whatever you roll on there, you add your bonus onto, and that will give you a final score. Equal or over to is what you want.
Excellent. Let's roll the dice.
Yeah, hit it.
That is, sir, an 8. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I missed by 1.
Ah, okay.
I fluffed it. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You fucked up. So, Cliff, so you pop your head out and you sort of have a little peek through. You notice that actually a lot of people have been coming in. There's the usual regulars, of course, but also some people you don't recognise, presumably people to do with the cast or perhaps the director. And then suddenly you see a lot of people coming in, like a lot of people coming in, almost in one drive. And they're all standing to the point where there's only standing room only in the auditorium. Unfortunately for you can't really see details of the people because the lights are very bright, obviously, and you're also distracted because you realise you've got a half dozen things to get on with before the show starts. But really, it's not just a full house, it's an overly full house.
Mr. Thompson, sir, it looks like a full house.
Oh, yes! Finally, I knew it. People recognizing talent. You know, game recognizes game. That's what I always say. I always say that, don't I? Game recognizes game. You've got game. I've got game. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Can I get back to the desk, please?
Yeah. Can I just check? Thunder Machine. Thunder Machine good?
Absolutely. I will double check it as soon as I get back there.
All the set. The set. Is the set looking good?
Yes. I've done everything because I've come from London and I know what I'm doing.
You've come from London, you know what you're doing. Yes, brilliant. Okay, great. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Wretch, we're doing... Is it Wretch?
It's close enough.
Doesn't matter.
Not everyone knows me as. It's not everyone knows me as. It's what everyone knows me as. It's fine.
All right, just don't mess it up, all right? We are counting a lot on you. I mean, really, it is all you now. The actors, I like to think of them as flexi props. They're okay. They're flexi.
So Tom's still talking. He turns away. As he turns away, Harvey comes out of nowhere, grabs you, pulls you out. What? You still haven't noticed that he's gone now, and you're still sort of monologuing.
No. Okay, yeah. Good. We've sold out. Hollywood!
You hear this guy of Hollywood from behind the curtains. You have no idea what it's about. How are you guys both feeling with the top of the beginning, the music starts rising, the lights come down, the audience is clearly taken. There feels like there's a lot of fucking people in the audience tonight, which of course you expect.
Oh, of course. Nathan obviously expects a lot of people because he sent out his newsletter to let people know that he was in this play.
He's got a newsletter?
He's got a newsletter.
Do you have a title for the newsletter?
Me, Myself, and My Career.
Me, Myself, and My Career is the title of his newsletter.
Me, Myself, and Khyber.
One subscriber is
One
me.
subscriber, yeah. He's got one new subscriber, which is you. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Can you both give me a performance check? So this is going to sort of dictate how the first act of this amazing opus that Thomas T. Thompson. Jesus Christ. Thompson. Fucking
Thomas
hell.
T. Thompson.
Thomas T. Thompson, right.
So my performance is +4.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very good.
Come on. Hey, listen.
Wait, why is mine -1?
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
It doesn't mean you're a bad actor. It just means you might be very nervous.
I was going to say, I think Mags...
Got natural ability, but has a lot to learn about the industry, doesn't they?
may or may not be throwing up somewhere.
Yeah, sure. So actually,
Haven't been breathing, no.
what are you going to say to her to give her? Because she's like, all you hear is this, and she just throws up next to you, stands back up, and just looks at you like that with a little bit of sick on the side of her face.
Now, another good tip for actors that a lot of actors forget to do is blink. You need to blink your eyes, both of them, at the same time.
Blink on every line.
And I'm sure that will help me calm my nerves.
Oh yeah. Because you're just constantly staring at me, and that can put people off. You see. What you need to do is every few seconds blink.
Blink.
Places.
Right. There we are.
Cool. So I want a performance check from both of you, please.
Which dice do I roll?
It's going to be a D20. So you're going to take your performance, which will have the
D20
bonus.
dice.
Performance, I think, if I just...
I got mine is +4.
It's charisma,
right?
so you'll have your... It'll be charisma plus any bonuses for performance.
Break a leg.
Okay, so performance check, folks. You got a +4 to your performance and a -1 to your performance because you just threw up and you got just bits everywhere and you're not feeling great about this. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, look who's got a 20. It's Nathan.
This is going to be the performance of your life.
I knew that newsletter was worth it.
This is the moment. Secretly, you think, this is the moment I turn my entire career around. This is the moment they finally see me for the genius that I am.
I knew when I read your book that you were just so talented.
All right, cool.
I've got a 16, so 15.
You got a 16, 15. Okay, so you both passed, which is great. So the performance starts and goes well into this magnificent is it high fantasy? It's high fantasy.
Hell yes, it's high fantasy.
Is it like low, middling, gritty fantasy? No, it's high fantasy.
The highest you can get fantasy.
It's the highest you can get fantasy.
The Everest of fantasy.
The Everest of high fantasy. So it starts off fantastically well. You're in the tech box next to Hench. Just like glued as the music starts, the light go down, and they enter the stage, take it over, and suddenly it all goes rather well. This is potentially the moment where your life also turns around for the better. The performance continues, it goes well. I'm going to get Clem, you're going to have to make some tech rolls to see whether or not your cues and lighting stuff goes particularly well, whether having any issues with that, please.
What do you want that based on, sir?
That's a fucking good question. And if I was a better DM, I would tell you straight away, but I'm not. I'm going to say...
Dex checks.
I'm going to say it's a straight dex check.
Straight
I think so.
dex
There's no
check.
skill involved with this particularly that we can use.
Okay,
so let's just say
cool.
a straight dex check.
Right.
Are we going to get the actors doing the script?
In a minute.
Okay. All right.
Hold you.
Okay. I'm keen to hear this.
He's going to put me on the spot first. There's noise to these things.
So just give me a straight dex check. What's your dex bonus?
Dex bonus is +2, sir.
By the way, you're not looking at your character sheet, you're just looking into the air like you're picking a number out of the air. I think it's probably +2.
I did my research,
Okay,
sir.
all right, fair enough. All right, so +2. Okay,
I've done
go
this. This is my first rodeo, cowboy.
All right, cool. Hit it.
Okay, so what difficulty are we talking?
I'm not telling you, man.
Okay.
Roll your dice.
Wow. That's a 3. That's a catastrophic. Well, that's bad.
That's a bad one.
That's
yeah.
5.
That's
Okay.
5. Okay. So now it begins.
I bigged that up. Oh, dear.
First scene is the entrance where you meet before you become mentor, sidekick kind of thing. You've just vanquished the... what's the name of your character, actually?
The character is Lord Digby Brightgold.
So the setup will be you have just killed 3 orcs single-handedly by accident, and you're saved this young fair maiden, and that's who's an elf maiden, and that's who you're going to meet. So you can do lights up. We stand with 3 orcs laid dead at the feet of a glorious-looking knight.
Aha! Here we are. Don't worry, young maiden. I have saved your life. What is your name?
Oh, sir, thank you so much. I am Cerelia Eldermerry, and I am incredibly grateful for your assistance. Pray, what is your name?
Well, my name is Lord Digby Brightgold.
I had a vision I would meet you today.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
It's really very good, Tom.
These guys are delivering it. It's so good. My vision has come alive before me.
So the first act goes tremendously well. We see the two characters. Well done, you two. I threw you under the bus on that one. The two characters progress in their adventures, becoming this heroic duo. The second act goes well. The intermission starts. Curtains go down, and you take your first break as you walk off to a thunderous but very slow and melodic clapping from the audience, like this. Slightly faster than patronizing, but not quite fast enough, you think.
To be enthusiastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird middle version of not this, but not It's either. It's kind of like in between those two. It's
sort of
a bit
ordered,
weird. It's
you'd
kind of
say.
ordered clapping
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's amateur crowds. They don't tend to know how to behave.
or how to clap.
Applause, I say.
Yeah.
How exciting!
So,
Mr. Thompson, are we sure these are all... That doesn't how I remember audiences in London. Are they...
I mean, look, listen, firstly, you're always talking about London. All right, Mr. Big Shot, you've worked in London, you worked in theatres in London, you've heard theatre audiences in London. Great, good for you. They're just, my vision is one that you have to work your way into. It's a complex vision. It's a vision that you have to find your way into.
That's fine. That's okay. So, Tom, you start monologuing about how this is a great opportunity and how you just want everybody to do it. You carry on for some minutes. You turn around, nobody's there. Then you're just sort of alone, just monologuing in the corner.
That's fine. They're intimidated. And that's fine. Okay, but on with the show is what I say. On with the show.
Great. So the rest happens for the intermission. You go back to your dressing room. You get called back in again. The second act starts, and this is where the new scene comes in. It actually leads the top of the act. Harvey looks a little bit more. He's very slick as a character. You've never seen him ruffle, but the first time, probably ever, you see him very concerned in a sort of soft way. But there's definitely a kind of element of consternation about him. He comes up to each and go, "All good for the scene? You all good for the scene? Yeah."
Oh, yes, sir. I'm so excited.
Good.
Porridge are ready, boss.
Good.
Porridge are ready.
Just in case you lose your way, because it's a new scene, I'll be there to feed you any lines. Just in case.
Don't even worry about that. I'm fantastic at improvisation, you see. So
I'd rather you not improvise the back end of the scene, if that's all right with you.
all right. Each to their own.
Good. All right. Good show.
Best show.
Again, he clamps Hench by the neck and just drags him off to the tech deck, and then asks Thomas T. Thompson. I finally fucking got fuck me. Thomas T. Thompson to join him in the tech deck as the second act starts. Second act. Lights come up. It's a more darker, somber affair for the lighting rigs. There's a lot of red hues, shadows, some interesting panel positions to create more mystery and more darkness as the two actors step on to a hushed audience.
Comes, Hyralia Elderberry. We must hurry if we are to protect my ring of peace.
I can't believe we're doing this on the first fucking episode, really. Great, carry on.
How many times, Sir Bright Gold? It's not just your ring of peace, it's everyone's ring of peace.
You're right, of course, my faithful elven servant.
Not your servant.
For if we were to save my ring of peace, we save the world. Hark!
Ark?
No, hark! Hark! The heavens are torn asunder!
Klim activates a thunder smash as lightning effects, which are actually pretty fucking good. In fact, to the point where you're actually quite impressed with the new lighting changes, shatter across the stage, creating a very rippling
That's a lot of
electrical
money.
storm.
That's a lot of money. Like that. Nice.
We must cleanse my ring before the dreaded forces of Delmagar, the Nightmare King, blighted forever! Prepare the blessing ritual.
What? Right here?
Yes, right here, I told you.
You want to cleanse the ring of peace in front of all these people?
Yes, in front of all the people, come on. Don't you hear the darkness closing in on us? With those finely pointed ears of yours.
Okay, rude.
Racist.
Rude.
Quick. A dread wind draws nigh. Draw the circle. I'll light the candles. Let us make our stand and fight for a better day. Listen to me now, ye lords of darkness. By these words I cleanse my ring of peace and bring justice and light to this doomed world.
Hang on one second.
Actually really good.
It's good. It's pretty good, isn't it? Very good. At this point, we're going to smash cut into the tech deck. So you're whirling along, pressing buttons, doing cues, looking at the new piece of paper. Harvey's hand is gripping tighter and tighter into your shoulders, to the point where actually it's becoming a little bit painful. Tom, what is your character doing?
Well, firstly, because I'm kind of like, actually, all of this is how I remember it. So I've been actually That's
exactly what you wrote.
It's exactly, I know. It's good. I mean, it's exactly how I remember it. So I'm been sort of going, like, mouthing along, occasionally just behind, just like...
Getting the words wrong, like you're trying to karaoke a song that's too adventurous for you, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Okay, can you make give me a insight check, Clem?
Okay, right. What's my insight? Let's have a look here. I have a +4 on that based on wisdom.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 3.
Okay, good. As far as you're concerned, you're just keeping your job at this point. Everything's going fine. Your producer seems very ecstatically happy this is going rather well.
And possibly losing my clavicle, yes.
Possibly losing your clavicle, but it'll be worth it if you get to keep your job. Okay, cool. So we cut back into the actual performance again. Carry on.
Say the words with me, Elder Mary.
But I don't know the words.
You've written them down somewhere, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Here they are.
Hang on one second. At this point, can you both make a perception text? I'm going to say yours is a disadvantage, Dev, because you're in the middle of your performance.
Okay.
So you can roll. So the way that this works, disadvantage and advantage. So the idea is that we give you a DC, a difficulty check, which you have to roll using your skill and proficiency. Then you get sometimes situational, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Get an EDM. Situational situations, which is when you get advantage or disadvantage, which means you get to roll the dice twice and you pick the highest number in advantage, and in disadvantage, you roll it twice and you have to pick the lowest number. That basically influences in different scenes and different situations and other factors that aren't necessarily covered by your skills. So you're going to have a normal straight roll of perception, and you're going to, Dev, have a roll with disadvantage. So you roll twice and pick the lowest one.
Do you want a second D20?
+5.
I know, but you still get to have the +5.
I do, but just on the lowest number.
Just the lowest number.
Second D20?
Oh, I roll them simultaneously.
You don't have to. You can do one or the other.
I will.
Okay. Well,
I'm a professional.
Professional roller.
It's a 7 then for the lowest.
Okay. So that's a 7 plus your bonus.
5.
5, which is 12. Yep. Okay.
Nice. And then I have got 17 plus perception bonus of 1, 18.
18. Okay. So, Dev, you're really in the moment. And actually, this is one of those moments where you just hit that sweet spot of acting. You're so in it, you start snot acting. You're getting welled up, the tears come down, suddenly there's bits in your nose, and you're thinking to yourself, no, that's it, go with it. This is great acting. And you start snotting and dribbling, and your eyes are like just watering, and you're just giving everything to the next bit of performance. I know you don't notice that. And wait, you notice that. You're like, and then the thought is,
Did I tell you about blinking?
breathe. As you sort of work out whether or not you're about to be upstage, your attention gets very distracted. You look out to the crowd. You notice that there are now some lights starting in the crowd, but not like house lights or anything. But it looks like people have got like small torches, but not like torches like flashlights, like torches, like pieces of wood with rags, and they're starting to light it. And they've got these very small torches that they're starting to hold up. And you can sort of see these shadowy faces appearing throughout the crowd that's standing around, because it's now standing room only for the audience. There's too many people to actually have for seats. But some of them are getting out little torches. They seem to be mouthing things.
Oh, bloody hell. And I mean, I knew Shitlington was in the Dark Ages, but this is something else.
Smashing back into Dev. Dev, carry on the
Oh, yes. Here they are.
Q.
Yes.
Candace Estrada. Candace Thrus.
Indactu
Nosfandu. Candor Delatos.
Yes, that.
Candor Platu Barada Nicto.
Yes.
At this point, the whole of the stage goes into total darkness. Boomf. Blackout. Sound's gone off. Lights gone off. The only thing that's winking slightly is your little Nokia 8210 that you refuse to give up.
Okay.
There's lights as a light source just blinking there with the timer on, which is your cue timer. Everything, all the power is gone. What are you going to do, folks? Taking it around to anybody.
I'm immediately going to check the fuse box to see if everything is just blown, because that's kind of my job.
Well, I'm immediately going, bloody hell. That was the key moment of that was the peak. That was the climax of the play.
I'm doing something.
And what this bloody theatre.
Look how you do that out loud to the audience. Bloody hell.
Is it you or is it the theatre? Is it you or is it the theatre? I cannot believe this.
It's not me. I'm going to find out. Just give me a second.
Make an investigation check, please, Clem.
Okay, right.
It's a DC 15, DC 20.
That's a 17.
Plus your thingies?
Plus my did you say perception?
Perception, yeah.
Okay, perception is +4, 17, 21.
21, very good. It's a DC 20, so well done. Okay, so you make a quick investigation. There is literally nothing wrong. There is even power in the box. You cannot understand why you just had a blackout. There is power everywhere, but for some inexplicable... Yeah, you get a little electric shock just to remind you there's power. Because you're that kind of person, you know what I mean? You stick it like a screwdriver in there to make sure there's power. You don't know why, but the entire system should be operating. For whatever reason, something is dampening the sound and also the light, and you don't know why.
It's not me. It's the theatre. It's not me.
Cool. Einel and Dev.
Can we see because of the torches from the audience?
Yes, you can. All you can see are these guys can't because they're facing the stage. You guys are facing from the stage out. So in the audience, all you see are these little torches, and now, Dev, you see them as well. These torches that are being held and being lit, and you see the people. Now you can also hear a faint murmuring. Please make an intelligence test. It's an perception test, I guess. Perception? Maybe perception? Maybe investigation. Let's go investigation.
Investigation. I have no bonuses for
Me
that.
neither. Should have gone with perception.
Oh no, mine's a 4.
Oh, don't worry, mine's an 11.
Okay.
I've not told you how difficult it is.
For me, I'm going to just basically cheat. I'm going to say the DC is 10. Surprise. So yeah, you actually start hearing some of the words a bit closer, the people that are closer to you. If you look on the map, my amazingly drawn map, which nobody has said how amazing it is.
It's really,
fuck you all.
We all know what a theatre looks like, Neil. We've all been in a theatre.
There's not such one thing as one generic theatre. You're thinking about like fucking Greek amphitheatres 2,000-3,000 years ago, my friend.
I wasn't. I was thinking about
How you put the stage steps and everything.
Yeah.
Time over there. That's craft.
So all around the back, towards the door, actually, is where most of the people are standing. So that's where you can see the sort of ring of torches being lit up. But Dev, you actually hear from some of the closer ones towards you, they are repeating the words of the magic spell in the script.
Oh. Psst, Mr. Kuiper.
Yes.
I think they've been so entranced by our performance. They're wanting maybe a replay of the scene. What should we do?
Oh no, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. It's amateur audiences, you see. They think this is panto. They're repeating what they're hearing.
Well, what do we do?
Rural theatre.
Oh no, they're not.
Oh yes, they are.
He's behind you.
I'm sure you've been in this situation many times, so I'm just willing to go with whatever you think.
Well, what I suggest we do is we educate them on how they're supposed to behave at the theatre. You see, we have a blackout. Whenever the lights go out, the audience is supposed to applaud. So let's just start the applause.
Okay.
You start applauding.
We start applauding. Great idea. Yeah.
Fantastic. Faster.
Yes, faster, yes.
All right, getting back over. So you guys start as you're discussing what the fuck's going on, and like Harvey's nowhere to be seen right now.
When I hear the clapping, I stop and I look up from where I've been nagging, and I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are the actors doing?
Don't know. I've just had a slight electrical shock.
Clapping. Look, listen. This is for you. This is what you have to do. You have to deal with this kind of thing. This is your job. All right. My job is to deliver excellence. And the actors apparently have decided their job is to clap the audience, which is insane. But okay.
And let me correct you. Clap our own performance.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do? Very quickly. We're on a time limit here.
Feed them the next lines, or
We need the lights back.
Okay,
You focus on getting the lights back.
Okay.
I'm going to go and tell them. I'm going to tell them to get back on script.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to tell them to get back on script. So I'm leaving the box.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go down the steps.
Yeah.
and get close to the stage and hiss.
Okay.
Get on with it.
Okay. So do you want to do that discreetly so the audience don't see you, or do you want to just do it?
Well, I'm doing it as fastly but as discreetly as possible.
Like, do you mind that the audience will see you do it?
Well, it's very dark, so I'm not that concerned.
All right, do you want to make a stealth test, or do you just want to fucking do it, basically?
I just want to do it.
Fine. So you can do that. So you exit the little text box, like a little, and you go through the gate, and you close it again. You sort of start walking like Pink Panther, and goes, there's your feet squeak. You get to the edge and go, hiss! You get their attention. You just hear a hiss from the side from what you think is the director, probably writer.
Just wrap up the clapping. We're going to just get on with it. Just embrace the darkness.
Okay.
Embrace the darkness.
As you hear embrace the darkness and your sort of clapping sort of dies out a little bit, suddenly a pink smoke just goes from the floor. Smoke like dry ice almost starts billowing in. A sort of soft...
didn't do that.
Soft pinky purple. They don't hear that. Soft pinky purple sort of comes through and just starts gently gliding across the stage, surrounding you, wafting through your feet, curling around your legs, and a blue flame starts lighting up as well. The blue flame, which doesn't look like it's a particularly big flame, just starts tracing a line very quickly across the floor in very straight lines, in patterns that start moving faster and faster, until you can see in front of you a very large star, which is now engulfed pretty much the entirety of the stage floor, which you're standing upon. The lights started raising up. There is a sort of red hue now to this light that starts illuminating the audience as well. And you can see the people with torches starting to walk forwards with their torches, the chanting getting louder and louder and louder. The audience start forwards. All of you now hear it. The chanting is getting more and more enthusiastic, louder, more projected, and in unison. And some of the audience members are looking around. A couple of you go, oh, I see, Promenade Theatre. How wonderful, how wonderful. This man is a genius.
No, this is definitely, it was in the script. Definitely in the script.
This is 2020.
I'm like joining in as well.
Can I look for a fire extinguisher, Neil?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, cool.
Just a quick question, be honest. How organized is your character in his own environment?
Fairly meticulous, I would say.
Okay, so you can get advantage on your roll.
Okay.
So this is going to be a DC, because it's in darkness, but you're used to that. I'm going to say DC 15.
Right,
a medium test.
I'm going to bring out special dice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's advantage. I've got a 16 raw, and what was it on? It was a...
was it investigation?
Yes. Investigation is +5 to its intelligence.
All right, smashing success. Without even looking, without just literally, you kind of moonwalk your way back into a certain area and just grab it, because this is something that you practiced for many years of like, what happens if...
I've set fire to an awful lot of things.
You set fire to a lot of stuff. So you sort of moonwalk your way back, you grab a fire extinguisher, which is kept on a utility belt, which you can also strap on like a bandolier if you wish. Yep. It's actually a bandolier. Let's go look at it. It's a bandolier with an extinguisher on its back.
Works for me.
Which you so you clip into. In fact, actually, you just sort of walk back into the bandolier, which is on this wall. You click it in, and then you step forward, and it's like a fucking Batman's utility belt. It's like a utility belt, like a bandolier. And then now you have a fire extinguisher in your hand. Okay, what are you going to do?
Don't worry. I've got this.
I love the fact you're saying that to Noble. Okay, so do you want to make an attempt to put out the fire?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to call that a ranged attack, because you're actually in the tech deck looking up to the stage because it's slightly below it. So yeah, we make a little range attack for me.
Okay.
I'm going to say the AC is 10, because you're sort of shooting over the edge and you're trying to avoid the axe, I guess.
And I've got a -1 to strength, so that's going to count.
No, this is a dexterity check. So the range attacks...
Okay.
So attacks in combat... melee attacks typically work with strength plus any bonuses you get and any bonuses to the weapon, whereas range attacks typically it's dexterity plus any bonuses you have with the weapon or any proficiency. I'm going to say that you get advantage. Let's not give you proficiency with the fire extinguisher, because that's fucking insane, Clint. But I'm going to say you get advantage because you have done this many times over your career.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Excellent. So 2 dice, and that would be with dexterity I get a +2.
Yep.
That's a 13 high, 14. 50.
That'll be enough. That's plenty enough.
Okay.
All right, cool. So you managed to sort of start the little as this like what is it? What is it made of? Like, is it foam or is it? Let's say it's foam. That's funny.
It'll be foam. Yeah.
It's foam. Yeah. All right, you start foaming up. HR. Foaming up the actors. Are you aiming for the actors? Are you aiming for the stage? What are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for the a pretty pink fire, which I'm assuming is going to start consuming these.
Well,
two.
it's actually around their feet, and it's sort of they're standing in the middle of this like pretty pink fire that's erupting on the stage in a strange pattern.
It's still fire.
Okay, so you're just going to foam them. All right, so you're going to foam everything. So you're just going to foam everything. Okay, you start going as this foam thing starts like flying everywhere. It starts splattering into your costumes. You also, by the way, you're very aware the audience can see you now. So you're now like live on stage, as it were. And the darkness has sort of receded. Now they can actually see you, and you can see them. You see this like bunch of torch-bearing people wearing what you now see is like this weird like dual color of red and black. And that's it. It's like a uniform they're all wearing. And they're all stepping forwards, chanting. I mean, what do you think about this? Actually?
Well, first things first, I need to save my hat because Ian Holm gave me this hat.
I can't get it burnt.
So what do your characters think about what's happening with the audience, though, specifically?
In terms of the audience coming towards him, I think he'd think that Nathan would think that they're so enamored by his performance that they're coming to the stage and they don't know the correct etiquette in terms of how to be a good audience, but they appreciate my performance.
Huckleberry Theatre.
So they're just being so overwhelmed with how the magnitude of your
crazy
performance.
fans. I think he feels
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're fanning out right now.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So maybe center stage? Question mark.
Center stage. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you're going to move up stage. To, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He's enjoying the moment.
All right. Cool.
Because he knows he's put on a good performance. He's not quite sure what all this pyrotechnics is.
He's going with it. He's basically going with it. Yeah. Because you didn't read the script anyway.
And if there's anything, if there's anything that I learned in my 2-day online acting class that qualified me for Spotlight, it's that the show must go on.
That's right.
So I think we just power ahead, we improvise, and we get on with it. This is what live theatre is all about.
They learn so quick.
It's a thrill.
The sad thing about it is it's so fucking true to life. All right, so you're going to join him upstage and just you're going to start acting.
We're just going to improvise. We're going to push through. If anything, it's exciting.
Okay, so Tom, you see that your two actors seem to be doing something. You're not entirely sure what it is, but you also now notice the audience. Can you please make an insight check?
Insight.
Yeah.
My insight is plus. Where is it? +3.
Okay, and it's going to be DC 10. 10 or more.
I pass.
Yep. Okay, you started after the initial shock of like a full house and this great scene that apparently you think you wrote or something. You suddenly realised that actually.
Can I just make clear the only thing I don't recognise were the words, the ritual words they said.
You don't recognise.
I wrote this beautiful poetry. It was poetry. And that bastard Harvey has changed it.
Yes.
And I'm not happy about that.
Yes.
But I'm quite liking this. I'm glad, they're getting into it. I'm liking that.
Okay.
The energy is up.
The energy of the audience is definitely up. But you also realise that the energy is definitely up. However, there's something a little menacing about this audience that are now starting to creep towards the stage.
Right.
In a way that isn't them getting into it. There's something else at foot, and it seems a bit weird. And there's quite a lot. And we're talking about 30, 40, 50 people here.
Right.
As well as the audience still seated. The audience still seated are just loving it. They're like, wow, this is amazing. All these actors, wow, this is incredible. You can see they're completely enraptured.
Yeah.
But the other people, the people that are standing dressed in red and black flowing robes you now see as they step towards the stage.
So I think that's something that Harvey.
Yeah.
Stunt. It's a stunt. He's all stunt. That man.
He's all stunt, no substance.
He's all stunt, no substance.
The audience thinks that that's like a part of the, like actors have been planted in the audience type of thing. Right. Okay.
Yeah. I knew my two leads would do the job. Harvey has not had that confidence, and he's pumped the scene. It's pumping the scene.
As you say, it's pumping, and you say that out loud. It's pumping the scene.
Yeah.
One of the audience members, the cowled audience members, turns, grabs the head of one of the audience that's seated, takes out a knife, and slashes their throat. At that point, the audience around them start reacting. Other audience members aren't noticing because they're looking around at the other things that are going on, looking at the stage, looking at you two acting your fucking socks off. But also, it's sort of like a ripple effect that slowly people going, oh, and they've suddenly...
I say, okay, that's enough pumping the scene now. That's definitely enough pumping the scene.
And again, a couple of the other cultists also start grabbing members of the audience at random and stabbing them through the back, through the neck, through the eyes, and ripple bit by bit. Suddenly, the whole audience realizes this is not an act. What are you all going to do? And if you might put you in initiative, maybe a little bit. You're not in
Okay.
Maybe. Should we do an initiative? I'm going to turn this into initiative. Why not? Can you all please roll for initiative?
What an exciting time. Even I know what that means.
So anybody that doesn't know what that means, initiative is the order in which a combat or a high-stakes situation like this occurs. It will place the people in the way that or the order in which they're going to take an action. That also includes the bad guys, the enemies, what have you as well. So please roll your d20s. Plussing on your character sheets, you should see you might have a plus to your initiative as well. Add that to the roll.
Yeah, I got a +2.
Where is it though?
Initiative is on your
page.
front, on the first page.
It's on the first page.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes, it's at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I Neil, can we just take a moment?
Yeah.
The student has become the teacher a little bit. This was me and you.
I have noticed.
Look at me, but did you notice? Well, you didn't bloody say it, did you?
Do you
Did you know what?
like
You know
a
what? Because you know what?
pro?
Do you know what? A true teacher doesn't need to say it. They just give you one of these smiles. And a little nod. I realise this is an audio medium, not a visual
Yes.
medium. I'm nodding slowly up
doing
and
the
down,
Mr. Miyagi
doing the
nod.
Mr. Miyagi, very sage look, eyes squinting ever so slightly, as if like this was the plan all along.
Yeah.
Now
Just
we're into it.
Yeah.
little appreciation wouldn't go amiss.
Well done, Dev.
Thank you. Okay, mine's a 4.
Okay.
13 plus 3, 16.
Oh, so mine's a 5 then.
Mine's an 18.
Jesus.
So we got 5.
15. No, so yeah, I'm 15.
You're 15. What would you get, Clem?
I got 18 with adjustments.
Jesus. 18, and then we've got our rogue, and then we've got this dude over here. That's our director. We've got okay, so this goes, we've got Clem, and then we've got Ionel, and then we've got Tom, and then we've got these dudes, and then we've also got, bring up the rear, Dev.
I have a question.
Yes.
In this situation,
Yeah.
is it better to be first or last?
Beer break. Is it better to be first or last? Really depends. I don't know, actually. You can definitely hold your turn. So holding your turn is a thing. You can be ready, which basically means if you don't want to act to the begin with, you want to react as a reaction to somebody else, you can wait and drop down the order. So if you're first, you can say, well, actually, I want to go last, or I want to go in the middle, depending on what they do. So you can wait. So that's the advantage of being first, is that you can drop down the order if you wish.
But if you're last,
But if you're last, you're basically fucked.
you're last. Great.
Yeah. I mean, you're last. You're fucked. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
you're
great.
fucked.
Just,
You're fucked.
want to clarify that.
Yeah, you're fucked. Okay. So although we're not in direct combat, we're sort of treating it as a high-stakes situation. I guess who is first? You're first, right?
Okay, do I know what's going on with this fire? Am I actually putting it out, or is it having no effect?
It's having fuck all effect. In fact, anything, it's got slightly more intense, and you realise there's a pattern on the floor, but from your vantage point, you can't see it because you're below the floor.
Does it appear to be burning the two actors?
Nope. They seem to be walking through it. They've stepped through it.
Okay.
So you come upstage. They're very close to you right now. In fact, your head is where their feet are, and you're sort of looking up at the stage.
Okay, so I'm in with the people getting slaughtered and him standing.
No, if you see on the map, there is a little. The map I'll be uploading to the Patreon, folks, if anybody wishes to see it. The tech deck is built into the bottom of the stage, which sits about a meter or half a meter underneath the level of the stage. If that makes sense. So it's like where the orchestra pit should be on a big theatre, right? But that's all the tech decks there, and it's quite long as well. But it's sort of like curtained off with like a cardboard fence around it, a blackout fence. And it's also, there's very little lighting in there to obviously, it needs to be blacked out. The audience are behind you. So if you're facing the actors on stage, behind you is the audience. You can't, but you do hear screams and a couple of shouts and a couple of like that from the audience. You don't know what's going on though.
Right. Okay, this is a problem because I can't actually see.
You can have a little cheeky peek. Little cheeky peek.
I would like to, look around and try and find out what's going on in case this virus spreads somewhere else or that sort of thing. I'm still thinking very much in the job.
Okay. You can just have a quick look around the audience as well if you wish then. Cool. So you see violence in the audience. You see these people being attacked and stabbed. You see what these people are now wearing. It's like a black and red robe, all of them wearing the same thing.
Right.
There's about 40 or 50 of them, something like that. They're all carrying torches. Some are now carrying brandishing weapons. And they're now indiscriminately killing people in the audience. The audience are now surging and reacting as well.
Okay. Do I have enough time and movement to try and get out and get our director? Because if the director dies...
Director's next to you.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's not. He's actually by the stage.
I'm next to the stage.
You're right. You can go and join him easily, and you'll be able to take like a bit further in terms of distance, but that'll be about it.
Okay. I want to get closer to him with what's left in the fire extinguisher to defend the director because he's my meal ticket out of here. And I'm getting
I mean, he's bloody right, though.
I just love to see where this logic is going. That you're going to phone people. I don't know quite how that's going to protect him. Good luck anyway, Clint.
Yeah,
all right. So Henge sort of scrabbles out of there like a rat out of a trap, and sort of sniffs up to your side and just looks at you and goes, "Don't worry, boss. I've got you." Whatever the fuck you say. I don't know. What does he say to him?
They're killing each other. They're killing each other. This is not a good performance. This isn't a good permance. I think we need to get out of here.
Not a good performance.
And leave. We need to leave now.
I mean, more importantly, they're pumping a bloody scene. But yes, is there any sprinklers? Are there any sprinklers? Do the sprinklers. Maybe the sprinklers will stop them from stabbing and murdering each other.
I'll see what I can do, but just get out of there. Otherwise, you're going to get stabbed.
Okay, so you have this little discourse between you. You can take a bit more of a movement and also an action as well. So what do you want to do, Clem?
Okay, we don't have any fire. The only thing that is going to set off a sprinkler...
There is actually a fire alarm thing you can probably smash close by, let's say, on the tech deck.
We'll be doing that then.
Okay, so it's actually back on the tech deck. You can operate the sprinklers. Okay. I'm going to say, so you can dash back in again?
Yeah.
All right, you can dash back again. You can take a dash action to get to the box, but I'm going to say that's all of your movements. You won't be able to actually hit it till next round.
That's more than fair.
Cool, okie dokie. Next up, we have... I know. It's your moment, sir. These crowd are lapping it up.
Okay, well, I guess Nathan's first thought would probably be, I've seen people die in the theatre, but not like this.
Darling, we've all died in the theatre.
Fantastic.
I think he'd probably want to get out of there. He knows when to wrap himself.
It's rap, everybody.
Yeah, he's very selfish though. So I think he'd leave Mags by herself and try to make an exit to the backstage.
Or would he try to make this her moment?
Oh, of course he would.
So do you want to try that? Do you want to give a little deception test to whisper in her ear, perhaps?
Yeah.
What are you going to say to her to try and take the focus off you?
I would say, look, the crowd adore you. They can see all the snot coming out of your nose. You're so in the moment of this performance.
Mr. Kaiba, coming from you, you have no idea what this means.
Oh, yes. Don't you worry. After the show, I will sign my book for you. But until then, why don't you take this moment for yourself?
Please make a deception test.
Mr. Kaiba.
Okay. A deception, and you're going to make a perception test, which is going to be like a versus thing.
Okay, deception. Oh, my deception is +4.
Okay, actually, no, this is an insight test. Sorry, this is your wisdom.
For me or for...
this is for Dev. Dev is your wisdom plus insight.
Oh, okay, insight's good for me.
Yeah, insight's good. Yeah.
Wait. What do you mean, insight plus wisdom?
I mean, sorry, it's an insight test, so it's a wisdom skill, but it's just the bonus.
Oh, I got +5 on this.
I got 12 plus 4, 16.
16, what did you
I
get?
got 3 plus 5, so
Okay,
it's
so
an 8.
It's your moment.
It's your moment. It's your moment. All right.
This is your moment.
This is your moment. So the words ring true in your ear. You've just had the blessing of the great Nathaniel Kaiba, and you realise this is your moment.
My own online course said this might happen. But I didn't think it would happen so soon.
Yeah, great.
And by the way, I don't realise, while Tom over there, or Mr. Tompton is saying about, they're pumping the scene, I'm like, they're pumping the scene.
Yes.
My online course said this might happen. Okay. And this is amazing. I don't think I realised that it's actually real. I'm oh my, wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you don't have to perform necessarily the monologue necessarily, but what do you want to do in terms of this moment? How are you going to take this moment for yourself now that you're centre stage? And he seems to be backing off. He seems to really be backing off, like creeping off towards the wings almost.
Well, I'm
Wait your check, please.
I suppose I take a few steps forward and I take some deep breaths and a couple of big slow blinks, just like Mr. I keep wanting to call you Mr. Capybara, but it's Mr.
That's very different.
Is that how you pronounce it? It's spelled Kyber, but it's Capybara. Oh my God, that's so much better. Okay, it's Mr. Capybara, but when you look at it, it's Kyber.
Yes, Mr. I keep thinking about the great advice that Mr. Kyber has given me, and I just decide that this is my moment. I don't know. I've had no guidance from the director, but I know that he's behind me on this, and I am going to launch into a heavily improvised monologue about wherever we were in the play. Can't remember.
We were about to save my ring of peace.
Saving the ring of peace. Saving the ring of peace. So that's what I shall do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to give me a performance check?
Oh, I'd love to. It is a 13 minus 1, so it's a 12.
A 12. I'm going to give you advantage because the great Kyber, or Kybara, has blessed you. So you now, in fact, actually, I'm going to give you a bless. I mean, you get to add this is a good way of getting this rule in.
Okay.
So you're going to roll your dice, your D20, -1, obviously, because you get a penalty on it. But then you're going to add a D4 because he's actually blessed you in the great method tradition of mentor to gullible student.
Is this the D?
A D4 is
No.
this one, the triangle-looking thing, the Illuminati-looking thing.
That would make sense because it
The
has
pyramid, which would be so much more interesting to say and accurate to say that than Illuminati. So there you go.
What am I doing with this?
It's if you roll.
So you're going to roll a
it should be the number
D20
on the
first,
Number on the bottom, isn't it?
number on the top.
D20 first.
D20 first. What did you
That
get?
is a 20.
Natural 20.
As well. Let's go.
Natural 20. So roll a D4 and then add that to the 20.
Let's go.
You've already passed.
Which one is it?
It's the one
The top one.
I thought it's the bottom one.
Which
No,
one's
no,
the
no.
top one?
Depends on the
Oh, the top. Oh, because it's
Yeah,
all the way
because
around.
it's 2 all the way around.
You teaching me things.
Hey. Teach us.
So 22.
So 22.
Stop.
So Tom, I'm not
been blessed better than that.
So you so out of nowhere you have this very still moment, and even though there's like people going in the crowd,
all over the place.
you sort of zone out.
Moment of clarity.
The moment of clarity, you don't even hear the audience, which is great because they're all screaming and crying and being killed. And you just have this singular moment and you start talking as the characters in a monologue. And it is enrapturing. It is awesome. It is mind-blowingly moving. To the point where I want you guys to make charisma tests, please, including you. Yeah, but you get advantage because you've been around.
So what is a charisma test?
So this is a straight charisma test. So any bonuses you have to charisma, so look at charisma. And if you have a +1 or a -1 or whatever you...
I got no.
I got +2.
Zero. So you're just going to roll a D20. You want to hit a 15 or over. Otherwise, you're going to be entranced by her acting.
I am entranced. Like, just entranced.
Enraptured.
I got a natural 20, so I'm like, I've been to London.
What's that like?
So H, you're still free to move, but Tom, you're going to miss your next go.
Right.
As you're so entranced by her acting, it stopped any thoughts of danger, any thoughts of what the fuck is all happening, what's Harvey done
I'm
to the
like,
play?
did I write this? I don't know. It's going in. It's going in.
You probably wrote it. All right, cool. So that is your goes, folks. That is your go. We're skipping your go, Tom. Next is the people in the audience. They surge forward. They're still killing people indiscriminately. A few of them broken off and are now walking straight towards where you are, but you are not facing them, Tom. They weren't going to get you straight away. They're walking very slowly. Hence, you do notice they're approaching the tech deck station. I'm going to say there's about 2 or 3 of them.
Oh my goodness.
coming this side like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3 of them that are approaching where the stairs are to the stage, and on the left side of the tech deck, if you're looking towards the stage, which isn't too close to you, but it's very close to where Tom's position are. They all have, one of them has a club, one of them has a knife, and somebody has some other thing in their hand. And all the audience are now trying to get out, by the way. They're surging towards the back doors, and they're being blocked by this ring of people in red and black.
Okay. Right. So decision time. Decisions. Do we go for the sprinklers or do we try to save the director? We're giving the 3 cultists a spray of the fire extinguisher to try and slow them down, so hopefully he can come back to his senses.
Okie dokie. So you can try that.
Okay, cool. So that's assuming a dexterity check.
Yeah, that is going to be a dex check plus any bonuses that you have.
Okay. That's a 13. Plus 2 is 15.
Okay, their AC is a lot less than that, so which is good news. So I'm going to say that's a hit. You're going to roll a D4 for me.
Right.
Why is this not working?
That's a 1, I'm afraid.
That's a 1. Okay, so you sort of spray them. You spray them across with this foam thing. It sort of splashes in their face, but they just literally do that, and your weapon is ineffectual. By wiping their face, your weapon has become completely ineffectual, and they still walk forward. You do notice that they're not angry. They don't seem to have any emotional reaction with you squirting all this foam over like a 10-foot distance and hitting them all in the face. They just wipe it calmly from their face and carry on walking towards, which is, again, in itself, very fucking worrying and eerie.
Mr. Thomas, look behind you. I know she's good, but look behind you.
Okie dokie, moving on. It is now Einel's go. Einel, you are at the wings. You could abscond if you wish to.
Oh. Well, at this moment, I am enamored by the
Are you
performance.
entranced? Oh, wow, you failed.
It's one of the ones where it's like, I think he's realised actually she's ready. And
She's really good.
Potentially better than him.
Yeah. So you're
Definitely gonna leave then.
So you're just watching with like, holy fuck, she's really good. I could learn a thing or two from her. I could steal a thing or two from her. You get out a little notepad and start making notes. Okay. All right.
Make sure to use snot out of the nose.
Okay, so I know, so that's your go. Tom, it's back to yours. You snapped out of it enough to be able to do something.
Because of him shouting.
Yeah, because of him shouting.
Yeah. So I turn to the nearest one of these robed people.
You're aware of people behind you. So you can
Okay, so I snap round.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for him.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to go for him. I yell, "Stop pumping the scene!"
That's your motivation.
Can I grab the fire extinguisher out of
He's actually in the tech deck, but what you can see probably something close by. Like if there's a small bin that you can definitely, which is the same size as a fire extinguisher.
I'm going to bin the cultist.
The bin the cultist.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're going to say this is a melee attack. So it's a strength attack plus any bonuses you have for strength.
Strength attack.
Strength attack, yeah. So you're going to do, it's a melee attack. So you're going to do strength. So it's I'm going to say their AC, I actually know what their AC is. Okay, their AC armor class is 12. So you're going to have to roll a 12 or higher. So you roll your dice and then you plus the bonus of your strength.
Okay. 16 plus 2. Yeah.
That's it. So
18.
hit. Okay, fantastic. And then you're going to roll a d6 for me, and that's how much damage you can do.
Yeah. 2. But I get bonuses?
You get bonus with your strength modifier.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, so that's 4. Okay, this is one of the guys who got foamed in the face. So, tell me what happens. You basically knock him out, but tell me how you do it.
I just, dong him with, the bin. It just goes dong, 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 stop pumping the scene.
So you collapse him on the ground, and as you do so, you go, stop pumping the scene, dong.
Yeah.
And the vibration of the bin sort of travels through your arms a little bit, and you suddenly become very aware that a lot of the cultists have stopped killing random people in the audience and now staring up and staring straight at you, and a lot more are starting to walk towards you, as well as the other two that are behind the cultist person thing that you just smashed down. By the way, the cultist was an old granny with a pink perm, and that you can see
She
now.
was pumping the scene.
She's
is going down.
So this old granny with a purple perma one of those, those purple rinses you get? She's one of those, the purple rinse brigade. She's on the floor, like bleeding out from one of her eyes and stuff. But yeah, stop pumping the scene. Okay, then you look up and you're very aware that a lot more cultists now are very aware of you, and there's probably another half a dozen that are coming towards.
Okay.
You can do a move action. You've done your action. You can do a movement if you wish, because you're sort of slightly further away now.
I'm going to grab up the bin and turn to the next one.
Okay, so just ready yourself up for the next step. All right, cool. That's what happens when you fuck with the writer-director's words, I guess. Okay, that is your go. Next up is the cultists. So a couple of the cultists are going to try and grab you, Tom. So two of the cultists are going to try and make a grab attack. What is your AC, sir?
My AC is 14.
14. Okay, that's a hit. And they are going to... That's another one as well. So, okay, you sort of ready up. I don't know. Are you going to say anything before they start charging you?
I'm going to flick the bin up and catch it.
Yeah.
And, so I'm ready to wield it again. And I'm going to say... Time to break your legs.
As you say that, three of them just launch themselves like a rugby tackle into you, grab you, and slam you to the ground. And then they've pinned you down as a grapple on the floor, which means you're prone. You can make a strength test next time round to try and break out of it. Okay. Okie dokie. Moving on, it is back to your... wait, have you had your go, Dev?
I have not.
Dev, I'm so sorry. It's now Dev's go.
You should be.
My apologies.
She's mid-monologue, man.
Saving the scene.
And also, this side of the table has a question.
Yeah.
What's an AC?
AC's armor class.
class.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. This is armor class, which is your defense against
like a
people
shield
attacking.
thing.
Yeah. So you can use things like dodge to also get out of the way of harm, but AC is your standard amount of your toughness with the armor you're wearing, or the fact that you're hard to hit, or whatever the thing is.
Okay.
It translates into armor class. Thank you, very good question. Bad teacher, Neil. All right, so what do you want to do? This is not... You've had the performance of your life. This monologue was amazing. Even you know it was good. And yet you now suddenly snap into reality and see what's actually going on. The audience are killing each other. Tom's now attacking some of the audience members. It's all going a bit weird and strange. And you now have to do something. What do you do?
Okay, so there's no point making a perception check to see if this is if I perceive that this is real.
It's very real.
I'm realizing this is
Actually,
real now.
as you think that, somebody's neck gets sliced off near the tech deck. There's a splatter of blood. It smashes into your eyeball and your face.
Wow.
And you just taste like the salty, bitter taste of blood. This is fucking real.
If this is Warhammer, there will be an insanity check
That would
right
be an
there.
insanity check right there. Yeah.
I think I have to actively do something like
Whatever you want. Get the fuck out. No, anything you want to do. What would your character do?
probably throw up.
Okay. Do you want to make a constitution test?
Sure.
So this is to try to not throw up.
Try to not throw up.
Yeah. Straight constitution, so any bonuses plus that. Otherwise it's...
I see it on the page
DC,
there.
I'm going to say 15 because there's not little in there.
Okay. So it's a
DC 15?
5 plus a 2.
Okay, you throw up.
And I think that as I wipe the bits of vomit, chunky vomit, chunder,
Chanda.
chunder, I slowly, wide-eyed, but still remembering to blink and breathe, just back away and start looking for where it is. I mean, I see where Mr. Tompton is, but maybe I need to start looking for where Mr. Kyber is.
Sure.
I feel like we should stick together.
Sure.
But it seems like he might have abandoned me.
And indeed, you see him by the wings. He's actually looking at you like avidly with a little notepad and a pen. He's just furiously writing something. And then he catches your gaze and you catch his gaze. And
I feel like need to. Can I say something to him? Can I be like, Mr. Kyber? I can't stop saying capybara. Mr. Kyber.
Yes?
Mr. Kyber.
What is it?
What are you writing?
Oh, don't worry about it.
keep acting.
You're doing such a great job. Don't worry about the triple T over there. He's just trying to scene steal.
But Mr. Kyber, it's a massacre out here. We need to leave. We need to leave right now. Or at the very least, hide.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, so are you going to take any action, or is that all you're actually going to
I'm going to move into the wings. I mean, I'm going to try and hide somewhere.
Yeah, sure, you're going to try and hide.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Can I help her at that point?
Yes,
or
you
no?
can. It's actually...
It's not my turn.
Now it's back to Clem, but you can definitely do something at the same time, yeah. So, Clem.
Okay, well, if I'm assuming as I was going for the desk that I'm trying to get the sprinklers working to try and put a dampener on all this thing because I'm out of ideas because I wasn't paid for a massacre.
Yes, fair enough. So you're going to try the sprinkler solution.
Yes.
Good luck with that. All right, so
It's in character.
It's a dex check.
Right.
Plus your dex bonus, please.
Okay, dex.
I'm going to give you advantage because you are actually, this is your job.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, it's your job.
And you're pouring a storm. Right. That is, the highest one there was, that's kind of close. That's a 18.
18.
Plus
Okay,
two is
cool.
20.
So you do manage to find the sprinklers.
Yeah.
You manage to, are you going to activate it and just pull it through?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, you pull the sprinklers and the sort of the water goes and just floods the entirety of the stage and the auditorium, and the screams are still going. People are still being killed. You hear from downstage from right now.
They're killing each other.
And you realise, the first thing you realise is, you did it! You're a fucking hero!
Yeah.
This is your moment! And then you look around, you realise the fire is still going,
Right.
and that the cultists are still moving towards, people are still dying, nothing's changed. But now everything is very, very wet, including Nathaniel Kyber's hat.
Right. I might pay for that one later.
Cool. You've got to move action. You can take a move action if you wish. You've also now seen, at that moment, you also see, I'm going to get this fucking name right if it kills me, Thomas T. Thompson.
Fuck
me, Thompson.
He's the visionary of our times. Get it right.
Triple T has now been, literally 3 of them have rugby tackled him to the ground and are trying to pin him down to the ground.
Yeah, okay. As an exponent and lover of zombie films, I know exactly where that's going. So I did my best. But I'm going to try and scrabble up to the stage because it looks like our lead actress, Mags, has got the right idea and is considering the possibility of fleeing.
Okay.
That seems like a good idea to me.
Like a good idea. Where are you going to flee to? What's your plan?
My plan is to leave the tech booth and skirt round the edge of the stage and try and get backstage as quickly as possible.
Okay, cool. So you're going to move yourself. I'm going to say you can move around. Which way are you going to move around,
So
Shane?
I'm going to go around. So this was occurring here, but if they're pinning him down, they're in the way. So I'm going to try and skirt.
You're going to scrabble up through the tech deck onto the stage itself.
So there's not a lot else I can do. I tried to save him, but then he went off about
Okay, cool.
trying to fight people with a bin.
Fair enough. Are you going to do a parting, sorry, Gov kind of equivalent to Tom's character?
Well, I can hardly see him. He's covered in
Fine,
people.
he's covered. Right, it's fine. You just give him a good nod. What? See you, boss. And just start scrabbling up.
It turns out.
Okay, so you're now on the stage with both Einel and also with Dev. Cool, that is your go. Okie dokie. This is your go now, so Einel.
Yes. So I reckon Nathan feels that this is probably the best time to wrap up the show. So I think his idea would be to try and draw close the big curtains. If they can't see us.
So maybe because you're in the north, they have object impermanence. So if you pull the thing on, he's like, listen, they're big into pen, so you never know.
They're not the smartest audience.
Oh no, he isn't. It's possible. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I want to run to the side of the stage where the curtain pulley is to try and pull it.
You do have a sword on your costume.
Of course I do. My
Just to know earlier.
So rather than pull it, maybe I can cut it.
Maybe you can. Okay, cool. Do you want to try and cut
Probably
it?
very blunt, I imagine. Well, but let's find out. Maybe it's. I don't know.
All right. So
you give me the debuffs.
I'm going to say.
Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas.
I'm going to say that this is it's got very low AC because it's a static object. It does have a health to it.
Yep.
So it's basically like one of those old-fashioned rope and pulley things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically you have to cut through the rope on the side. It's going to go brum and then drop it down. All right, cool. So make an attack. The attack hits automatically. I think it's just wait a second. Arbitrator. So the difficulty is going to be 10. So it's going to be an attack roll as if it has an AC of 10. Thank you very much, Glenn.
And is this my strength or my dexterity?
This is going to be your... Well, actually, how do you fight? Do you use dexterity or do you use
Dexterity,
strength?
yeah.
Which is going to be your dexterity then to attack it.
Sweet. Oh, that's a Okay.
So
got a
it's
high one.
DC. It's essentially an AC of 10.
Okay, so this is a D20 I'm using?
D20. Yep.
D20. Okay, my dexterity is +3. There we go. It's a 16, so that's 19.
Excellent. So you hit it. Please roll a whatever D6. I'm guessing, or let's say D4 plus 1. Okay.
D4 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah, let's try. It's got it has a health point on it.
That's a 3 plus
Yep.
1 is a 4.
That's going to do it. So you make a chop, and then you make another chop through, and you just go, and the curtains just go, and start swaying backwards and forwards as they meet in the
that was
middle.
ridiculously cool.
I hope people are watching. So Dev, Nathaniel's just chopped through the rope support. The curtains have just come down, and now they're sort of billowing in and out, left and right.
So they can see it, but they can't see
So
it.
they basically reveal both of you, then they come together, then they come back out again, reveal both of you as inertia takes its turn. So yeah, so each time you're trying to move away, you're just caught frame by frame trying to escape the stage.
Strobe.
Are you doing that? You shut the curtains open, you're just like freezing and like going again, like red light, green light.
They can't see me.
All right. So you guys are red light, green lighting it across. Okay, very good.
God.
All right, that is your go then, Einel. The next up in the order is Tom. Tom, you're back up, sir. Well, you're basically covered in cultists.
Covered in coat.
I mean, I am absolutely furious right now. I am like, this was going so well. It was going so
going great.
well. Sellout shit performance. The actors delivered.
Oh, yeah.
The actors delivered. Even the stagehand sort of delivered. Okay, did all right. And now these chuckleheads are ruining it all. Anger courses through my being.
Nice.
And I let out a sort of primal roar and try and use strength to shove them back.
Like you're just enraged.
Yeah,
basically.
enraging and using pure raw physical writer strength.
You're using your writer strength.
All that I've honed in front of my MacBook.
Yeah,
Thinking of every full stop and every comma brought demonically into mind.
Yeah, I love the fact that writers are historically known for their iron pumping ability. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be
I tell you, we're raging bulls.
So this is going to be a strength test plus any relevant skills that you might have and any other bonuses that you have.
I mean, I have a skill called rage.
Okay, all right, because you're a writer, that makes sense. So why don't you tell us about the rage skill that you have?
It just says, I need to actually find out more about rage.
If you tap on it, I think.
Here we go. You can imbue yourself with a primal power, a force that grants you extraordinary might and resilience. You can enter it as a bonus action.
It's a bonus action, so you get to take an action on top of that as well.
Yeah.
So what does the bonus action do?
Damage resistance. I get damage resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Rage damage. When you make an attack using strength with either a weapon or unarmed strike and deal damage to the target, you gain a bonus to the damage that increases as you gain levels. Okay.
Okay, so you get a bonus to damage, yeah.
Strength advantage. You've got advantage on strength.
Oh, great. Advantage on strength. Okay, that's going to be useful now for the roll.
And it lasts until the end of my next turn.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you're going to roll 2 d20s.
2 d20s.
Plus your strength bonus. And then we're going to say this is like kind of like an attack, an unarmed attack on the people pinning you down so you can break out of it. Yeah?
Well, I do have unarmed. I can make unarmed attacks, by the way.
Cool. This is a bonus action, so if you want to make an unarmed strike afterwards, you can.
Well, the raging is the bonus.
The raging is the bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the strength breakout is the action.
Yeah.
And so first you can rage, which is automatic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a 10 and a 1. So I'm going to take a 10 for sure.
Okay, so what bonuses do you have with that?
2 plus, so 12.
Is that including your strength bonus?
Yes.
That's everything, really?
Yeah. I don't get another bonus through.
So
Rage doesn't actually give me a bonus; it just gives me.
it gives you advantage. Okay, so you're sort of on the floor. Can you just give me an impression of like you raging out, but still just not moving anywhere?
I had it up to here with you, chuckleheads.
I'm a bloody director.
I'm bloody ruining my play.
All right, so just there on the floor, like squirming, like yeah. But actually, nothing happens. Okay, so they just all right. You feel yourself getting hoiked up to your feet, and 3 of them now have very, very strong grips on you. More come to join you because obviously you're raging out a bit, and they sort of swarm you a little bit. And now you feel them like dragging you up towards the stage. Cool. Okay, there's your go over. More of the cultists start moving towards the stage. Now they're clambering up onto the stage. So actually in the front, you can see them every time the curtains open, like swoosh, swoosh. You see like these cultists getting closer and closer. It's very much like that. So each time, so you're like, do you think they're still there? Whoosh, open,
Yes,
cultists
they
get closer, swoosh as they close down again. Okay, what are you two going to do? I'm going to give you guys like, because you don't entirely sure what's going on. I'm going to say that you two are kind of collective now because your goes pretty much go closer to each other. So I'm going to sort of put you together as like a mini group. Sorry about that, Clem, but this will make more sense. What do you two want to do?
Mr. Kyber.
Yes.
We should hide. I think there's probably an exit somewhere by the green room. We should go.
You know what? That makes so much sense. You know, Max, I always thought that you had
Mr. Kyber, there's no time.
Let's make him up, bro.
All right. So what do you
It
guys...
just reminded me of something that Ian McKellen said to me once.
Mr. Kyber. I grab Mr. Kyber's hand and I drag him, probably while he's still monologuing about Ian McKellen or the guy that gave him the hand. And the bloody hat and pull him towards the green room where I believe, or the dressing room where I believe there must be some sort of exit round the back.
Sure. Are you guys going to do like a hide, or are you just going to just move there and try and find a way out?
Let's do that thing where they go down and they like tiptoe.
Sure. Okay. So you want to try and do a hide test, so both of you can just hide in the shadows.
That thing
and
where they're like tiptoeing.
They're tiptoeing across, like the Pink Panthering. Yeah, the stealth thing. So
That's
you
the
guys,
one.
going to hide. So it's going to be a stealth test to try and sneak out towards the exit unseen. Cool.
Hold on. The green room is a great idea, but I have my own personal dressing room. You can hide in the green room. I'll hide in my own dressing room.
Mr. Kyber, we're looking for an exit. We are not going to hide.
Oh, right, yes.
I would also point out this is regional theatre, and the green room is a cupboard.
The green room is covered with some like Rice Krispies and a few bowls without any milk. Okay,
It's
cool.
funny you should say that, because Rowan Atkinson now said to me.
All right, so you guys give me both a stealth test. I'm going to say you've got proficiency in stealth, haven't you? Yeah. So Dev, because you're hiding together, you get advantage on your roll.
Nice.
So you get
I've
your
got
bonus
+7 on stealth.
But you don't get the +7, Dev, but you get advantage because he's so good at
Okay,
hiding.
well, I have a +1 on my stealth.
That's fine. You can take the +1, but you get advantage.
+7, it's all good.
Yeah.
Can I take his plus?
Oh, actually, you can do that instead. Yes, you can.
Okay, give me a 6.
All right,
Go on.
so I'm going to say that you both get his +7 because you're hiding together, and he's going to sort of like tuck you in if you're standing out too much. So you get his bonus as well for this one. So.
Right,
But
here we go.
no
Probably should
advantage.
take off my armor though, because it's probably clanking and making noise.
Oh, good Lord.
You know how to go through the wings without making any noise because you're a fucking professional. So you don't need to take off your shitty armor. It's also not going to protect you at all because it's actually not real. It's made out of plastic. It's made out of cardboard and plastic, so it's not really armor.
Very clanky.
So you both get a +7. No advantage, just a +7. And DC,
15.
19.
Great, okay, very good. And that's without your bonuses. So actually, you guys are fantastic. You basically disappear into plain sight. So he goes, swoosh, opens up again the curtains, and suddenly you are not there. You've managed to go, basically you've gone to the dressing rooms. You're now hiding out and wherever you want to, and the dressing room's over there. And you're going to be hiding together, I'm assuming, in one of those rooms, like covering yourselves in costumes or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Can I just say, I don't know if we could have made it this far without this map.
Really like it?
Like, really.
Yeah. I was going to put a smiley face on it, but that felt good.
No, you don't want to clutter it. It's a work of art. And I just think everyone should know that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dev.
It's a shame that we've only just spent most of our time up here.
Pretty much.
There's so much to explore.
There's quite a lot of
So
stuff I
much
had
to explore.
planned.
So much blood.
My God.
Yeah.
We haven't even made it to the ball.
There was a whole raft area. There's a rooftop chase we could have done.
That's the bar.
There's a subterranean bit you didn't even find. It's fine. It's okay. It's just hours of my life I'll never get back.
That's okay.
But going okay, so that's what you guys do. You guys are hiding.
meet the barman?
No, nor the box office teller. I mean, the whole thing was just like a clusterfuck. It's fine.
So we've disappeared.
You're
somewhere.
hiding in his Einel's larger dressing room, and you notice when you get in there, it's larger by about a good foot or so. So it's
Also, there are pictures of him
everywhere.
Wow.
But like even ones that are like weirdly inappropriate, like him in lingerie, like male lingerie on like a chaise lounge or like shag pile.
And
carpet.
female lingerie as well.
Neil, what is male? What is male?
Where's both?
Male lingerie.
Yeah,
which
he
is-
wears female lingerie too.
but it's also like male lingerie.
I second
female
Tom's
lingerie.
question. What is male lingerie?
It's like lacy. It's like little lacy slips and things for men with pouches.
Does it actually exist?
Do you have any? Do you have any male
I'm
lingerie?
in some silk boxes. I don't know if
That's a lot. You
you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the male lingerie that he has is one of those little pouch, little white front pouches with an elephant on it, with a little elephant's trunk, or like a little snapping shark. It's like him in. He's basically advertising. He's actually the advertising model for the plus 50s or plus.
I was Brad Mascot.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm mascot.
Anne Summers' male collection. Yeah, it was very prestigious.
Sliced and diced by
2
cultists,
years
and now
and
that's
6
my
months.
dying thought.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. So that's what male lingerie is. Dave.
Wow, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of pictures of that going on. It's just
Thank you.
all right. So
I can sign one for you if you'd like.
Mr. Kaiba, I'd be honoured.
all right. So that's your go. Back over to Climage.
Right, really small to get it on the trunk.
So Clem, it's your turn, sir. Things are going horribly wrong.
yes, they are.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
So all the actors have left the stage.
You can't find them. The curtains have stopped swishing backwards and
Yeah.
forwards. You dive through the curtains into the back area of the stage.
Yeah.
The actors have absconded. They are not there.
They
You do
are,
not
they
know
are
where they are.
beautifully stealthy, and unfortunately, that means I can't find them either. I've got the sound of strangled cries coming from the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, you can hear basically Tom screaming and hollering and raging. Very King Learish, actually.
Calling them chuckleheads.
Calling them chuckleheads. Blow winds, crack your cheeks, chuckleheads. Things like that.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, you're welcome. That was off the cuff as well.
Okay,
You know where the exit is, by the way.
yeah. I've got a 50-50 idea of what to do, so I'm going to let the dice decide.
Yeah?
Tits, I'm going to go help Tom.
Okay.
so begrudgingly.
Wasn't my fault. The dice dictated I helped you.
That's how you make decisions, is it? Interesting.
Well, I have no decision to make.
hang on a
I
second,
let the dice decide, yes.
So hang on a second, Clem. So talk us through I know it's a dice roll for you, but why does your character do that?
My
It
character...
can't just be his job.
No, it's literally... The actors have gone. His entire purpose of being is to make sure that the show goes on. And he feels this swell of strange duty, although he doesn't actually like the director that much, that, you know, he kind of feels a little bit guilty that he thought about leaving him and he should have done more. And he's had one of those sort of, you know, when you have cowardice,
Yeah.
and you get up to someone, you sort of go, I've made a mistake here and I've got a very small amount of time to put it right. And this is really, really dangerous. But if I don't do this, I am not going to be able to live with myself unless I gave
Because
it a
I'll
try.
fire him.
Not your theatre, buddy. All right, so you're going to dive back.
Misplaced loyalty. is
Fine.
what it is.
I'll have him fired.
So you're
I'll
having
have him
five. That's
fired.
different. You can do that. All right, so you're going to dive back in. Okay, so you dive back to. You actually not even. You haven't gone really. You only gone through the curtains like for half a foot.
Yeah.
So you can dive back out again. You do see him being frog marched now towards the stage.
Right. Okay, so he's coming towards us.
There's about 5 or 6 of them. There's a whole bunch. All the cultists that aren't killing people are now approaching the stage. Well, some of them you notice are darting behind the wings as well, like darting through other areas to get to the wings.
Okay. I'm just going to try and get one of them off him, I think.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I'm going to try. I think I can
Oh
wrestle.
shit! Do you remember that? Have you ever seen that video on TikTok and all those social media stuff? There's a dude who's getting attacked by a crocodile. The crocodile's chasing him, and his friend's like going, "Get out of the water!" And out of nowhere, his friend just decides to do a wrestling elbow move on him. Have you not seen this?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Elbow drop.
He just jumps and does an elbow like this and smashes on the crocodile. Yeah. You want to do that?
Yes. Yes.
Can you now pretend?
From the stage.
Can you now make that your thing?
Elbow drop a granny.
Can you now make that your thing?
Okay.
So what are you going to do, Clem?
I am going to, because I'm on the stage and I've got a little bit of height.
Yeah.
And they're coming towards him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to elbow drop
Onto the groove?
onto the groove.
Your elbow
to try and
shove on
free
the
him.
top rope.
Make sure to tap your elbows first.
First this,
It's the people's elbow!
then this, then you hit the dip.
Holy shit. Going above and beyond for your theatre production, man. Amazing. All right. I guess that's an attack roll. So
Yeah, you got to have the stats to back it up.
I'm kind of thinking you're aiming yourself like a projectile. So I kind of want to say it's dexterity.
Dex. Yeah,
I think it's a
I'd
dex
say
check,
dex.
right?
Dex
So let's
check.
go with dex. It's a dex check attack.
This is either going to be absolutely epic or really, really
I'm looking if I'm not
catastrophically
using any
bad.
D&D terms, and people are going to be like emailing us going, I believe actually in the first episode, Neil did not use the correct term for attacking. It's a ranged attack, not a ranged melee attack.
I think you'll find.
I think you'll
that
find.
on Rule 47.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of that. I accept it. I take it on the chin. I am not au fait with
You're
the
the
rules.
DM. It's your world.
That's right. Okay, let's go for it.
That's a critical fail.
Yes. Is that a one? Is that a one? Okay. All right. Okay. So what happens? So
So good. If you want to fail,
You didn't blink and breathe.
So Clem, talk me through the moments leading up to you launching yourself and what you say just before to the crowd, to the people, to Tom or to whatever, to whoever.
Okay. So I'm Hulk Hoganing this. I've got the spirit of Hulk Hogan within me. You know, full beard, the whole thing. Coming up to the stage in slow motion. It all happens very slowly.
Are you actually moving in slow motion, or are you pretending to move in slow motion? 'Cause
No,
that's funny.
my mind is moving in slow motion.
I think you're actually pretending to move in slow motion.
And I leap like a gorgeous swan through the air, up. And as I come down, I say, "Hence to the rescue!"
Excellent. And then you land short and smash yourself
Smash
on
my
the
foot.
floor.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Cool. You're going to take all of your health points down to 1, please. As you fly through the air.
Notice of that.
Elbow first.
Onto concrete, onto pretty much concrete. You smash straight in front of Tom. Your elbow is not shattered, but you are in immense pain and you are now prone. Actually, that's not fair. How many health points do you have?
I had 7.
Okay, I'm going to roll a d6, please.
Okay, cool.
And that's how much damage you're going to take.
Oh, no, I roll reasonably high. That's 4.
That's 4. Okay, so you're down to 3, but you are knocked prone.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to do anything the rest of the round.
Yeah.
As you start going, you hear this kind of "Hey, to the rescue," and then boosh, as you see this fucking idiot.
absolute idiot. What an idiot. Absolute idiot. Who would have given him that idea as well? They're probably an idiot as well.
Must have been a nefarious part of his brain that just thought he'd be the fucking
part of
hero.
his brain that
Weird
was
part.
telling him about TikTok.
You're right. He probably saw a TikTok about it.
Probably saw a TikTok and said that would be a good idea.
Ow.
All right, so a couple of very rough and slightly less rough, more gentle hands grab you and hoist you back up, and now you are also surrounded by cultists
Is that
and
you,
being
Mama?
frog marched to the stage, following Tom, who's now on top of the stage, being held up very strongly by cultists. Going to leave you two for a second. Going to flash back over to you guys hiding.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? I know you're hiding, but what are you talking about?
Oh, well, I definitely at one need to find a phone.
Yeah.
Because I need to call my agents.
Yep.
Oh,
Because
You think your agent?
I invited my agent to the show.
Do they turn up?
I'm not sure. That's what we need to find out.
Did they see it?
Did you see me?
All right.
Did you see me?
Dave, are you going to do anything?
Obviously, I can help you get representation
Oh,
too.
Mr. Kaiba, I didn't want to ask, but
Yeah.
what's it like having an agent?
I think this is the right time for you to get one because having an agent excels your career in much like mine. You can see I've had 152 IMDb credits.
What?
All of that is mainly down to my fantastic.
Oh, my online course said this might happen, and they really came through. I just didn't expect it all to happen on the first opening night of our
I love the fact that
performance.
in a high-pressure situation like something like terrorism or something, two actors trying to hide, they would definitely start talking about their career if they were left there too long. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're hiding, but they get bored and be like, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I just got an audition. Did you? What did you get? They would have that conversation. All right, very good. All right, so you guys are now talking about your fucking career. As you start doing that, out of the sort of, because you're in the middle of where all the coats and all the costumes are. As you start, you basically sort of forget where you are, and out of nowhere, a whole bunch of hands just come in, grab both of you, and drag you out of the dressing room and start frog marching you to the stage.
Oh,
you also
no.
see Thomas T. Thompson. Fucking nailed it!
He can be
Only
taught.
2 hours and 30, or almost 2 hours into the thing. Great. Thomas T. Thompson, yes, is standing there being covered in cultists, as is Hench.
Covered in
as well.
cultists.
Covered in cultists.
The
Lashings,
memoir by
lashings.
Thomas T. Thompson.
Yes, my 24-hour deal in the theatre. All right. So, you're now all being frog marched in, and you're being held there. And I don't know how you feel. Like, how do you feel? You're all being marched in. The blue flame on the floor is itched out. This pentagram on the floor. This weird smoke is still billowing around. There is a lot of people that are alive in the audience, but they're being held in the same way that you are. There's a lot of dead people being thrown up. The bodies are being taken by these cultists and thrown onto the front of the stage, making sort of a macabre perimeter around the stage area. How do you all feel? What's
I'm
going on?
throwing up now.
Okay, you're throwing up your hand. There's a hand to your mouth. You're going,
Yeah, it's just going through the fingers. Any sort of fantasies of agents and Hollywood
Career.
have rapidly disappeared as reality has now hit. And my reaction to it is just bit of chundering.
Bit of chundering. I know.
Or chunder.
I think Nathan at this point is still trying to put on a brave face, but I think he's realizing the reality of the situation that he's in.
Finally?
Now,
that it's not going as well as you thought.
okay, now I think now this is a bit.
I feel things have gone a little too far.
Is the reality, maybe the run's not going as well as you thought?
I don't think we're going to make it to the West End.
I'll never make it to London.
All right, cool.
If this is opening night.
Clem, what's going through Hench's mind?
The critics are going to be vicious.
Clem, what's going through your Hench's mind at this point?
I was really good. They're going to ruin the mahogany.
so basically flatlining,
if they don't
okay.
sponge that up quickly.
Okay, cool. All right, so Hench is basically flatlining out, just staggering there. And Tom?
I'm still fucking raging. I'm raging. God, get off me. This was my night. You don't understand. This is really important. Variety would have probably written about this. I'm sure they would have done. I can still do a strength check.
You can try if you want to, but it's going to be a disadvantage now.
Oh, not even, yeah.
There's like 10 of them on you. Every part of you is being grabbed.
I'm still doing it. I am.
You can still do it,
all
yeah,
right.
sure.
All right, disadvantage. Oh no, definitely fail.
All right, so
I didn't get a crit fail, but yeah, I got a 3 and a 5.
You're still squirming and raging and calling it everybody else's fault
Yeah.
apart from yours. All right, excellent. As you do that, as you say, "This was my night," you hear this voice, a very familiar voice, cutting through the silence, which stops all the chanting and all the murmuring temporarily of all the cultists that are grabbing you. And even all that's left is some of the whimpers and moans of the dying audience. "This is my night." And you see Harvey stepping through the crowd. As the crowd parts without a word from him, he walks up very slowly to the stage, into the center stage, and looks around you. "You see, this is my night. I've been planning this night for a long time. And you four, are very special. You're the waste of the society. You're the people that are forgotten. You're the damned and the lost. And I have a special need for all of you. He starts stepping back, arms open. Let me show you what a real performance is. Harvey steps forward and in a very new voice starts speaking slowly, getting faster and faster. The words from the script that you didn't recognize, that you said, that you were completely, you were slightly off the book, to be honest. I know you weren't really on it, and that you were quite indifferent to as well.
80% there.
Yeah. He starts in a very strong, much deeper, much more performed voice.
Kanda, Estrada, Kanda Stress, Inkatu, Nosferatu, Kanda Deritos, Kanda, Klatu, Balaya, Nikto.
At that point, the whole world seems to implode and explode simultaneously. The lights explode around from the electrical fuse. The tech blows up in a spray of sparks and metal. Disruption happens all across. The cultists start making a humming noise, and you see Harvey change. His head splits, his eyeballs pop out, his face starts melting off, and all that's left emerges is the big form of a winged, horned devil that floats gently in before you with the rotten corpse of Harvey. What's it called again? Harvey Mentorossi collapses around him as piles of flesh, hair, and soot. He stands floating and carries on with an incantation now that you can no longer follow the words. It's completely alien language. On the floor, you see the pentagram, which is now purple, goes to a deep humming red. The floor starts falling apart, and you see into what looks like an impossible abyss underneath you. Out of nowhere, the rafters shake. Things start collapsing, parts of the brickwork and the roof start falling down, crushing more people in the audience. Others start screaming as the cultists continue their mad chant. One by one, you are pushed forward towards the edge of the pentagram, forming on the different sides, looking at each other, through hands holding your faces tight and your eyes being forced open to witness this event. What are you guys going to do? You can't do much. What do you want to do, Anthony?
That's a nice effect.
Okay.
I yell. I knew never to trust the producer. Never trust the producer.
As you say that, rough hands force you forward, and you find yourself being thrust out into the center of the floor, and I'll start falling. And one by one, unless you want to say anything, do anything?
Oh, I mean, Nathan's only just thinking, I'm definitely not going to get that 50% of the ticket sales.
As you two are pushed forward, as you two are pushed forward, and then Hench is pushed forward. Dev?
Nothing to say, just jaw on the floor, basically.
Jaw on the floor. Typical.
Yeah, what the hell?
As you're launched into the center of this pentagram as well. You all fall one by one, falling slightly after each other, cascading into this now deepening black abyss. As you look back, as your bodies turn, gravity seems to pulling you one way or the other. You stare back at this floating demonic figure hovering directly above you. The cultist now ringing this circle, which inscribes the pentacle inside. And you watch as you fall backwards, time slowing, almost like a distorted effect. You see out, and it goes more and more distorted, the vision around you, almost like seeing it through a glass goldfish bowl. You start questioning your realities. Yourselves, your identities, your dreams, your fears, hopes all become meaningless in this new oblivion. After an eternity, you start to shred your bodies like spaghetti ribbons. Your hands start unraveling down to the bone. No pain is associated, but you watch yourself in horror as your veins, your skin, your muscle, your sinews, your bones, your skeletal structure is just ribbonized. And eventually, you fall back into nothingness. The last thing that we see as an audience is a single eye blinking open and shut, slower and slower and slower until it too becomes dust, as whatever particle of whichever person it was evaporates into nothingness. That's where we end part one, folks. Well, be more enthusiastic than that, come on.
It was a spooky thing.
It was a bit of a ramble.
That's how you're supposed to recite.
That's how you
We didn't go over that in the rehearsal.
So this is the end of part one. Yeah. Dungeons & Dragons and Dramas is put together by a creative team of people such as Tom DeVille, Clem Dodds, Deborah Wild, Einel Tomlinson, Bags is our studio manager, and Marta is our editor. Thanks very much for listening.
Bro, you're forgetting Sarah Neslin. She's the one that composed the tune Champions of the Ring of Peace. Big tune, by the way. She also played it, and that's her vocals in it as well. Come on, Neil. Give her props.
Hey, this is Einel with my character description of Nathan Kaiba. Nathan Kaiba, he's about 5'9", although he always puts down on his spotlight that he's 6 foot.
He's got lifts.
Yeah, in his shoes. Lifts in his shoes. Wears like a burgundy suit. He's got like a trilby with a feather in it, given to him by Ian Holm. Well, he says it was given to him by Ian Holm.